doesn't want to have it, I do not know. And he's got some pretty heavy hitters as people who are on his side. Catholic clerics oppose use of contraceptives by schoolgirls. Clergy say drugs or devices promote illicit sex amongst young people and could ruin the society. There's this effort that's trying to give these young girls and boys contraceptives because they are doing it. And Mwalimu is with the church here. Explain.
Can you encourage mabaya?
You're not encouraging mabaya. But aren't you... Look, it's going to happen.
It's a vice.
They're doing it anyway. So what do you do as a parent?
We teach them morals.
Well, that's not working, evidently.
We have to insist. We have to insist as parents that that's the only way.
Whose work is it which parents' work is it to teach these children about these things?
You know, the one thing we can't do, Maina, is give up on our children. We can't afford to give up on these people. We can't keep telling them, Sasa hapana.
This is the problem we are facing as a society.
We can't. We cannot watch a kumix mambo ya America na hapa.
It's not American hapa.
Mambo ya ngambo na Africa.
Hold on. So just listen.
Two different things.
We are living in a different age, and I'll tell you why. Allow me to explain. Access to information is now so much wider than it ever was before. Before, your child could only get information from you or seeing what the neighbors are doing or what their teachers are telling them. With the new age of the internet, my goodness, it is ridiculous. The access to information, before, you'd know who your children is hanging around with, because anyone who calls the house, you'd answer the phone. Who are you? How do you know my son? How do you know my daughter? That's not happening anymore. They're meeting strangers online every day. But guess what? No one's talking to them about contraception. No one.
That information on a Google, why can they get a positive one? Why can't you read, you know?
Because young people...
Why the 12 disciples had to be 12? You know, everything is there.
Because young people are naturally curious. And they're at the age of development in their lives where these things are just running amok all over their bodies. What do? The schools are not teaching them about contraception. They're not getting it from church. The mother is not telling them about it. You as the fathers are so removed from your kids. So where are they going to get the info from? Seriously.
They need to learn to listen to their parents.
But you don't talk to them.
We talk to them. What do you mean? We talk to them.
And tell them what?
What is not right? What is not right? Iyo mangaya yao, Iyo mangaya yao ndio inafanya wapote. I cannot sit here to advocate for that. So what do you do? The right way. This is the right way.
So you watch an entire generation just die.
We are not going to watch it die. They are going to survive and they're going to come out well.
But who's going to advise them? Who's going to put them on the right path?
We are going to now.
You don't talk to them. That's the problem.
We have been talking to them. I don't know who has been misadvising them. Parents are tired. By the way, we are tired. We are getting tired. But we won't give up on them. Wanachokesha hawa watu Maina. Wanatuchokesha sa. Muzazi ana issue hapa, ana issue ya kutake care of you, kulipa nyumba, kulipa your school fees.
You see, it's not about the fees you provide.
And
you're providing everything except guidance. And yet, as a parent, please stand accused and put your hands up and say, I'm guilty. And I want you to call me as a parent. Have you talked to your kids about this behavior? You cannot have KCSE exams and KCPE exams where half the girls are pregnant. Then who's talking to them? As a parent, give me a call. If you're a young person, have your parents talked to you? Has your church talked to you? Have your teachers talked to you? Why is there this information gap and no one's willing to address that? 0711-046105 is my number. Give me a call.
Watu tumeongea nao Maina, sauti imeisha.
Okay, what did you tell Brenda?
Anajua akicheza na vijana.
No, what do you mean anajua?
Oh no, she needs to know. She has seen examples.
No, have you sat her down and said?
I've told her ukicheza na huyu jamaa utaona cha mtemakuni, and you have seen the results. You've seen the results. What wewe unatakaka wazazi wafanye aje? Do you know the pressure wazazi wako now? Do you think there is a parent anataka kuona msichana yake akiwa na mimba akiwa form 3 ama form 2? Do you think there is one parent anataka kuona kijana yake kuvuta bangi? We have talked, we are tired. Hata ni wazimu inatushika hapa. Hakuna kitu hatujaongea. Hakuna kitu wazazi hawajafanya hii Kenya.
0711046105 is my number. Give me a call. My short code is 22494. Hit me up on my fan page on Facebook or my Twitter handles at @itmynekageni or at Classic 105 Kenya.
In fact, hata hiyo mang'aa tujui wanatoa wapi.
There's an information gap.
Not like that. We are not like that. We have not taught them like
because
that.
you did not have access to the information. They've got access to.
What
you.
is this?
You don't.
Koso information wanajua. Information gani? The TV, we are watching TV pamoja. Ni information gani? Wacha kuwaeka wakae kama wanajua kutuliko.
Do you see the problem we're facing as a society?
Don't make them look like hakuna kitu wanajua. We don't know. We know everything.
If parents think like you,
know everything.
We are doomed as a society.
If a parent tells you this is wrong, it's wrong. Amaina, we are getting tired as parents. We are getting tired.
Who talks to them as a parent? Have you talked to them?
Hi.
Would you give your son condoms before he goes out to the club?
No. Unasikia the kind of thinking. Unasikia the kind of thinking. Can you listen to yourself? What kind of thinking is that? Surely.
Talk to me, Kinatit, this way. You're not talking to your child and your daughters and your sons about it. The church isn't. It's not been talked about in schools. But what happened in the previous and this year's KCP and KCSE exams? You had a class in which half the girls are pregnant. Half. These are 14-year-olds. You're not talking to them about it. You're threatening them. The church is preaching the gospel. Schools are sticking to the curriculum. The access you had as a parent to information is nothing compared to what they've got now with the internet and Wi-Fi everywhere. You don't even need to buy them data. They just go hang out somewhere where there's free Wi-Fi. And that's where it all begins. As we hide our heads in the sand here. Henzel Jenzel, good morning, saying parents should educate their kids on the use of contraceptives, have open talks about sex, but the main thing is telling those kids to abstain. But most of our parents, especially fathers, leave the talk to mothers alone. Fathers have abdicated their duties, that I know. So what are the moms doing? Regina Siombo, good morning, saying my mom Kitambo used to talk to me. She could advise me so well. Now she says that I'm a big girl. I can decide all I want, but I should keep in mind that before I give birth, I should be responsible to look after the baby alone. Who's talking to these girls? Half an entire class is pregnant and they're all 14. The hell? Samuel Musioma Getere saying parents must have consent before their kids access any contraception. But you see, you need to talk to them about it. Clinton Dunn is saying the best contraception ni kiboko. Unatandika mpaka damu moto ya adolescence inapoa. Sharon Shannon, good morning, saying better have sexual education and all stakeholders be involved in shaping up good morals than providing contraceptives to the kids. That's even worse. They'll just encourage immorality. But they don't know right from wrong. Their bodies are acting up. Where are they going to get the info from? I'll tell you where they're getting it right now from. It's the internet.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning, darling.
Amesalimika.
I can tell you, Mama yao akipiga and they're grown up already about to marry. Mama akisema wanauliza mama ni nini? Because I taught them from the word go. Kuniambia mtoto anatoka kwa jirani anasema hivi na huyo mtoto ni wanani, ni wajirani ama ni wako?
Ni wako.
You break them, you tell them, and they will listen to you from the word go. Let me tell you, parents have failed in a big way. Wakati wetu, a kid was from the community. Ningetoka hivi nikutana na mimi usiku. Huyo mzazi anakutana na mimi ndiye angenichapa mimi. Na nikienda kusema fulani amenichapa, my mother would have said, hiyo ni vizuri sana, ulikuwa unafanya nini nje? Today Maina,
yeah,
kwa maestate,
yeah,
uambie mtoto wanyo unafanya nini, anakimbia kwa mamake anakuja karibu akupige, akushike ngumi kwa sababu umekaja mtoto kumwambia don't do this, it is wrong. Parents have failed in a very big way. These children will see wandering around now. I am not saying there's nothing I did to my, but the way you bring up your kid from the word go, akifika TV hapo anakupatia nitakata hiyo ulimi. Mine, I'm telling you, nitatuna hiyo mtoto mpaka hiyo masikio itoke, nimwambie shika ndio. And that kid will remember you for the rest of his life when he grows up.
So you're putting the blames.
Who said that?
Okay.
Because you are always a parent, hold the best for your children.
Yes.
You are supposed to tune your children from the word go. Umwambie hii ni mbaya, hii ni mbaya, hii ni mbaya. Hata wakati unaanza kuintroduce maneno, issues are even called you never even arise anywhere. Because you have never taught them that way.
Okay.
Maneno, wacha. Ambia sinani, let him trace back where he went wrong as a parent. Lakini tu mtuambia hapa, ati mtoto anaharibika TV. Nani amemwambia hata mmoja yake? Nani amemwambia TV nataka naangalie? Akiarowezi bwana uongo kwa sababu TV kwa nini tafunde hiyo TV? Na watakapo hiyo nyumba.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, she's angry. Hello.
Good morning, Wakageni.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Maina.
Yeah.
How can we model young kids when we as parents are the one, stopping them to do what they see us doing? How?
True.
Maina, how?
Impossible.
Very impossible, Maina. We can't leave responsibilities to teachers and the church to model our kids.
True.
To model our kids. It has to start at home, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It has. It has to start at home. So Mwalimu should stop saying that parents. Maina, when your mother or when your father comes home drunk, disorderly and everything, what do you learn from that as a child? That it's right.
Yes.
That when I grow up, I can do this. I can go out, come home at 3 a.m.
True.
Kids are being brought up by single parents who introduce them to different men or different women every other weekend. What does that child grow knowing? That it's right.
Yes.
That it's right. I can sleep out. I can sleep with anyone. As long as I'm over 18. Right?
Yes.
That's what they know. When I get to 18, I'm an adult. I can do what I see my parents do. It's very wrong. And Maina, I think we are just living in a society that is morally decayed. There's totally a very big gap in between the 2 centuries that most of us grew in and what you are seeing kids coming up on. And Maina, it's so sickening. It's so sickening, Maina. Because let's be honest, Maina. Let's pull our heads out of the sand. Because a while back,
yeah,
most men used to go for young girls because they thought young girls were safer than their age mates.
Yes.
In terms of STDs, in terms of HIV, in terms of AIDS. Right now, Maina, as we speak, those young ones are the worst. They have the high exposure to those diseases nowadays. Maina, you find an 18-year-old who has STDs, a 16-year-old who has STDs. Maina, this society is already rotten, honestly. It's already rotten. And the best thing we can do is start modeling our kids from home. Let's stop sending our children to boarding school so that you can run away from responsibilities. Let's model our children from down there. And it's so wrong when parents sit and say the society is not good for my kids. How is the society not good for your kids when your behavior, when your character replicates what's happening in the society? How? Young kids are nowadays in the morning finding their parents having sex in the car.
True.
With different people. What do you want that kid to learn? What do you want that kid to learn? Surely. What do you want that kid to learn?
Thank you.
It's so wrong, Maina. It's so wrong. And it has to start from the parent. It has to start from home, Maina. From home. Not anywhere else.
Thank you.
Not anywhere else. From home.
Okay. You've heard him, and I agree with him. Parents are abdicating their duty. And parents understand one thing, and I'll tell you this now for free. Your child will not listen to what you say. Your child will not follow your advice. They will follow your example. Now you understand where the blame is?
Hi.
And you can't control it. You can tell your child, I'm not buying you data. I'm not buying you airtime. That's not a problem. They'll just go to a place with free Wi-Fi. And they'll surf the net. They'll meet people online. They'll meet them for the first time and start getting down and dirty. And all the while you're sitting there thinking, what's wrong with our children? Watoto wa siku hizi wameiva, wameoza kabisa. Alex Omari, good morning to you, saying, I don't understand why the education sector is pretending to be surprised, yet they're the same people who are opposing the comprehensive sexuality education. They joined hands with the clergy to attack the health CSs 5 years ago. Why are we surprised? If you've got a young child, think about them. When is the last time you sat down with them and talked about this issue? And please note, while you are talking to them about it, they've got so much information already. Problem is it right or wrong information? Dr. Emeja Mose, you're saying the problem is Kenyans want to westernize everything and copy what they see from foreign countries. That's why parenting styles have changed. You find a kid arguing with his parents to an extent of exchanging insults at each other. And that's true. Dr. Muturi Wilson is saying teenage pregnancy is one of the youth problems in our society, and this is a serious issue that may seriously impact the future of a young woman. One reason why teenagers are already aware of this topic is because of social media. Thank you very much. It's crazy. Could you think of your school back in the day as you sat for your KCPE exams where half the class was full of pregnant girls at 14? Parents aren't doing anything. The clergy are just burying their heads in the sand. Teachers are just sticking to the curriculum. So what are they left with? The internet. Hello.
Classic, good morning.
Morning to you, darling.
Yes, I would want to contribute on that topic Maina is discussing.
Please do.
My name is Esther.
Yes.
And I would want to talk from an experience, life experience.
Yeah.
I got pregnant while I was in Form 1.
When you were 15?
Yes, my mom was a nurse.
Yeah.
And she never told me anything. She would just say, boys are bad, boys are bad. But she never told me the wrong things about boys.
Yeah.
And Maina, I said to myself that I'll do my best to my children.
Yeah.
And God blessed me with 3 children.
Yeah.
By the time I was 21,
yeah,
I had 3 babies.
You had 3 babies by 21?
Yes, by 21 years old, I had 3 babies.
From different men?
No.
Mm.
I would say the first relationship, I didn't have a relationship. The first baby that I got,
yeah,
it's just a man who took advantage of me.
Yeah.
But the 2 babies, I was married.
Yeah. So
I got married
when did you
immediately after school?
So you got married at what? At 18?
I was not even 18. I was just a few months to 18 years old.
So you were 17 when you got married?
Yes.
Had you finished Form 4?
Yes, I had finished. The month that I finished, I was just, by the third time, I was just finished my exam like this.
Yeah.
And I never went home.
You went to that man's house from your exam room?
Yes. Another day, my mom called me and sat me down and told me anything about sex or anything about life.
Wow.
Unfortunately, my marriage didn't work.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the base of knowing that I was married, what I was supposed to do and all that.
Yeah.
I was just a baby.
Yes.
I left that man. I decided to take care of my girls.
Yeah.
And my girls have finished university. I decided to talk to them. You will think that we are sisters.
Yeah.
Because I talk to them each and every detail.
Yeah.
I sit them down, tell them.
Hello? Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lord, what? She left her exam room after her Form 4, never went home, went straight to that man's house. To be a wife, and no one had prepared her what even a wife does. Incredible.
Are you trying to say these children are deaf? I will ask you what we are saying.
They do not know. They are experimenting. No one has given them the information. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
A lion cub does not know the danger of a rock python. It'll approach without fear and it'll get killed because it does not know this thing can kill me. You don't talk to your kids. You assume the church is doing it, wanaenda kanisa Sunday. You assume the teachers are doing it, wanaenda shule kila siku. You're a father. You're so detached from your children.